Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So in today's video, I want to share with you guys a couple of tricks and tips that I normally use when I'm pen drawing and I'm scribbling. All right, so stay tuned, enjoy this video. If you have any question, let me know in your thoughts in the comments. If you have any suggestions for me, obviously I'm still learning as well. If you have any suggestions, kindly let me know on how I can also improve my art, and we can learn from each other as well. So enjoy this video. All right guys, so to start it off, this is a sketch that I did with just scribbling, right? That's not too much to it from this one. So in the beginning of this video, I'm just going to share with you a couple of my previous scribble sketches. Then I'll show you guys a couple of tips on how you can also achieve something similar to it. So this is one of the sketches. As you can see, it's just a sketch of an eye, and there's also another sketch of an eagle. Is also based off of scribbling, and this also another sketch of an owl, right? And here we have this Kung Fu Panda. As you can see, this area is mostly made of scribbles. Here as well as scribbles, and this part here is different technique. It's a different technique with this and this, but today we're just talking about this scribbling part, right? And here there's also another scribbles with this cute puppies and a rabbit. These are also scribbles. And also with this one of a skull, this is also another scribbling that I did. So let's see if I have any more. This is also a scribble. This is also another scribble technique that we are going to look into, right? Let me see if I have one more that I could share. All right, I have this one as well. This is somehow scribble, right? So these are a couple of sketches that I've used scribbles to do. There's a lot more that I have, but I'm not going to go into that too much. I want to make this video about 7 minutes because it's just going to be quick tips, right? Okay, so now we're going to go into it, right? If you want to stick around and learn about this, feel free. If not, I don't want to waste your time. You can feel free and click off. All right, so to be able to achieve these sketches that I've showed you of, first of all, what you would have to do is you probably need to get your outlines roughly down. So if I have to redo this one, I probably need to just get my outlines of the animal down, right? You have this, right? You do this. This is you have this outline down for this creature, and you would follow this outline here. You add these curves, right? You do that, and when you get here, you go into this direction, right? So this is one of the techniques that you would have to practice. So this is one of the techniques that you would have to practice, right? Let me zoom in a bit closer so that you can see it better. So here, what I'm doing is I'm going more like waves, right? So you do this, you practice. This is very, very necessary, right? If you want to achieve something like this, this is what you would need to practice. Wavy lines which follows the contours. You do that over and over again, right? I zoom back out. So this is what you would need to practice. And when you get here where the eyes are, then we're gonna go a lot more darker, right? You go a lot more darker like that, right? So that is it. This is I have the full live. I did this one on a live stream. So if you want to see how I did the whole form, you could I'll link it in the cards up there, or you could browse through my playlist and you can have that. So right, you can just continue to follow this contours like this, and you would have that sort of feeling here, right? Okay, so that is one. Now moving on with the next one. We're not going to talk about this because this is not a scribble. Here we have this one. Now this technique is a bit different from this one. So with this, you just be doing this, right? You need to practice this. I'm going to zoom in again so you can get a closer look, right? You need to do stuff like this. Right, so I'm going to work on the ear part so that you can see. Sorry, my camera is shaking. For example, this part, I'm just going to go in like this, then down part, right? So I'm going to shade this side, right? I'm just going to go like this, right? So you do this and you would have that sort of scribble feature that you're looking for, right? And it's the same thing here, right? All right, I hope you understand it. If you don't, let me know in the comments. I don't want this video to be too long. And like here, we cannot be able to differentiate where is this area and where is this area. So for that, for us to be able to differentiate that, this area, we're just gonna go much darker like this, right? We are trying to illustrate the shadows, so we're gonna go here darker and darker, and now you can see it looking more like what we want, right? So you just need to be practicing this, right? It's just scribbles, as the name implies, scribbles. Just what I advise is you practice this, right? This is what you need to practice, right? More like 8. So you practice this, okay? All right, so we move on. And this is some sort of scribble. I'm not going to tackle this one. I'm going to find something. Yes, so with this here as well, that's exactly that you would do after you've done your proportion and you've been able to achieve the sketch that you want to work on. Then you go back into applying these rough sketches. Right, you apply these rough sketches, and I'm going to show you a trick that I normally use for this area, right, to be able to put it together. All right, so here when you have the jaw, if you have this jaw, I'm going to zoom in a bit closer. Right, so this area, the jaw goes like this, it goes like this and like this, right? So I'm just gonna go this way, right? Because I want to give it some sort of a volume. So as you do this, since it's a scribble, we're gonna go circular. We're gonna go a circular motion like this, right? We're gonna go a circular motion like this for the edges to help it appear much more 3D-ish with volume, right? With the form, right? So you practice that one as well, circular motion like this, right? It's very, very important. it will cut your workload in half. I'm zooming closer. You got to practice this one, right? Circular or zeros, circles, anyhow you want to call it. You practice this one. You practice this. You find any shape and you just try to work around it like that. All right. Okay. These are just quick tips, like I said before. So I wouldn't want to do too much. Just want to give you guys some guidelines, and I hope it really helps. Right? And if you need me to go deeper, no worries, just send me a message, or you could drop me a comment. I'll make another video to explain in detail what you say. All right, I'm for you guys, so whatever you say. So to do something like this is cute, right? With this, we have, anytime you're doing the outline, make sure you don't have a fine outline, because that's not what we after, right? It's scribbles, so we don't want to have it defined like animes, right? So we're gonna do this, scribble like this, right? Just for the outline of this this cutie pie, right? I said cutie pie. Right, so I have this, and the ears is gonna come in like that, right? And something like this. So with this, I'm just gonna go like this, and this we're gonna use these sketches. And I have the nose like this. Then you know, given the details, you shade this nose much darker, right? And here you just go wiggle, 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 right? You just wiggle it like that. Add in the eyes. You leave the reflection, right? You tone it darker, right? Then you keep adding in the wiggle lines. But the trick here is with the parts that has, you have to also put in place the lighting. I have to make a different video explaining how light works when you're scribbling, right? So with that, this area is going to be much darker because of the direction of the light, and this area is going to be much lighter because the light will be hitting this side, right? So you have this, and you keep adding in your scribbles. For me, I find this kind of art very therapeutic. I don't have to think too much. I just let my hand flow, and you know what I mean? You'd be able to get it down like that. All right, so that is the scribble. So with this one, you would have to practice stuff like this, right? Try to make sure your hand is moving freely, and you need to pivot off of your pinky. I said this before, and I'm gonna keep saying it, to have free motion lines. Let me zoom a bit closer. You would have to pivot off your pinky like this, and as you can see, all this part of my hands are off the paper. I'm not doing this, right? I'm doing this. My pinky is down there, and I'm just moving my art like this, my pen this way, right? All right, and you just keep adding in your scribbles according to the light. All right, we're not just drawing random lines, but we're just respecting how the light works. All right, so that's with this one. And the Kung Panda is the same as this technique, right? The panda is the same as this technique. So if you get this one, you'll be able to do this technique. Realize that this area is much lighter because of the overexposure. The light is hitting this area, and there isn't enough light here, so all of this place is darker and darker. And also because of its nature, this place is dark, much darker. This is black and white, so here would be, you need to show the texture. All right, I hope I'm not moving so fast. If I am, let me know. So with this one, it's somehow scribbles and somehow not scribbles. It's mostly in relation to having strokes, right? So it's not 100% scribbles, and you need to practice. This is what you need to practice. You would need to practice stuff like this, right? You need to practice your strokes because of the bird's feathers, and the interval between these feathers are very closely related. You need to be able to have your strokes as tight as possible, right? And you practice this, which can help you to mimic any form of fur or texture or shading or whatnot, right? Now you practice this over and over, right? You keep practicing this, and with time, if you're able to pull something like this off when you're doing this, it wouldn't be some sort of a problem because you already have the technique. So this is the technique you need to have when you're trying to do something like this. All right, now let's move on to the bird. Now this bird is the same as the puppy, but with this it's much more freely. So with this it's much more free in the sense that it's like this, right? This is what you would, this is how I was able to pull this off, right? So that's how I made that sketch, right? This just scribbles with no sort of intention, just keeping it simple and light, and that's how you pull this off. So you'd have to practice something like this, more like an S form of nature. It doesn't really make sense because this is more like a second nature to me, because I've practiced this so much and so well that when I'm showing you this, it won't make a lot of sense to you. However, if you are applying it like this, you're right, you see what I'm doing? It's just coming off of so natural to me, but I really took time aside to practice this. I'm gonna zoom a bit closer. When you have this and you like this, right? Exactly, this is what you need to practice, and with time you can do a flaming bird like that, right? All right, do I have any more? Yes, and this is the last one that I want to pull you guys' attention to. All right, so with this, it's the same technique right from the beginning. You take your time, you plan to the outline, and after you are satisfied with the outline, you just come in and you just add in these scribbles effects, right? Like this. And keep practicing with the strokes, with the eyelashes or eyebrows, right? The eye, and if you want, you can do different colors to it and keep working on it. So that is all the techniques that I want to show you guys in this video. Kindly like, share, subscribe if you need any extra information on these things, or if you need me to break it down separately, kindly let me know. But before I go, here is one thing that I would want to show you for the eyebrows. How I did it was, I first got the outline and I started off with stuff doing this. However, I considered the direction I wanted to go. So you pay attention to direction when you're doing these stuff. So I do this and get in the direction, right? I wanted it to move left. So I get in the direction. Then afterwards, you change the circular motion to spiky strokes that I've already explained on how you can do that. So you do that as well. Then you keep adding, and beneath it you would want to go a bit more darker, right? You go a lot more darker to it, and you keep adding it freely, but respect the direction. All right, don't just be pulling things out of anywhere because it's scribbles, or you wouldn't want to respect what you're doing. There's principles to these things that you can achieve that, right? So you keep doing that, and if you are satisfied with the midtones and the shadows, you pretty much just leave it like that, and you'll be done. All right, so that's all for it for this video. I hope you guys learned something new. If you didn't, kindly give me suggestions on how I can improve my work, because I'm also looking for ways to improve. If you guys enjoyed this video, as always, kindly drop me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my live or one of my shorts, or in my long form video. What am I saying? All right, thank you guys so much, and peace out.